Okay, I want to say hi again everybody, it's only me, Wushu Richard. I'm outside in this basketball field. I want to just say a few things, okay? If you are training outside and you've got something like this, like a bar or some kind of metal thing to train on, it could be a tree, it could be anything, and if you are working some strikes and you're working some conditioning and your alignment, like I've shown you in other videos where you're doing certain movements, I want to remind you to be careful, okay? You're not to hurt yourself. Also, this is very rusty, this particular one, so you don't want to end up hurting yourself too badly, you know, or cutting yourself and you end up infecting yourself, so be careful, okay? I just thought I'd remind you that because I was walking by here and I was looking at this and I was thinking, yeah, you know, you can train on anything, but really, you know, just be realistic, you should be really careful when you're outside. So I like to train on trees, but then again I respect nature the same as anybody else does, you know, so not really good to be beating up trees, but training on trees for some conditioning, training on metal bars, concrete bars, or like sandbags, heavy sandbags is good, you know, but it's like when you're training, you're conditioning, let's say, for your arms and your hands and all that, you know, and you're going in and you're working all your strikes and working your techniques, you know, whatever style you do, Wing Chun, Tai Chi, Bagua, Animal, Kung Fu, Karate, Muay Thai, whatever you're doing, Hapkido, Taekwondo, I'm just saying that. The most important thing is to be realistic if you are training on something, because you don't want to really end up hurting yourself badly. I believe a lot of Muay Thai guys and Kyokushin Karate, let's say, although they train so hard, I believe there's some people who really injure their bodies really badly for the sake of it, and they say it makes them stronger. And I know all about conditioning, I do a lot of conditioning myself, it's a lot, over the years I have been, but I'm saying sometimes something's irreversible. I've broken some bones in my body just doing simple little training. My finger, my nose, okay, and you know, I look at my body and I think, damn, we've only got one body, you know, so you want to be careful when it comes to your training. And sometimes if there's something that's got sharp edges on it as well, you know, or like things sticking out, you've got to be really careful. You don't want to go on, stab yourself, find yourself impaled on something, when you're hitting your arms and fists into things, you just like punch something and get your hand stuck to it. There's no fun there. I used to train in the northeast China, you know, northeast of China, freezing cold ice and snow. And can you imagine getting your hand stuck to a piece of metal like that? I'm only joking, but I'm just saying, you know. But I don't usually like to train on metal things, as I say usually, not because of the hardness. I mean, I train on concrete. I don't train that to break myself. I train gradually in training because I like the solidity. But what I'm trying to say is if it's metal, usually you feel some kind of vibration. To me, I don't like that so much. But it's still kind of training, fair enough. But you know what I'm trying to say though, and you can train. Karate people train a lot of conditioning, I know, on different things anyway. But I'm saying, you know, Wing Chun's great. The Wing Chun dummy is usually wood, made of wood. You know, I don't have one myself, but I train on trees and whatever else. I've even trained on door frames and stuff in the past, but you've got to be careful, you know, because you've got hard edges and things like that. So I'm just saying, be careful when you're training. But I'm definitely advising people to do some good conditioning if they want to get good, stronger blocks. Even though we train for the technique and the softness, I think our strikes and our blocks have got to be trained to have a harder body, a stronger. You know, how can you have stronger body if it's not be trained for that, you know? To actually take some blows like with a block, a strong block, you know, or deliver strong power, you know. You've got to have some, you've got to have some solidity about it, you know. Bam, you've got to have some feeling, boom. So you've got to have good power in your techniques, and especially the feeling, that's what you're training for as well, and the solidity for your whole body into your arms and hands. Thanks for watching, stay hard and stay safe.